First point I want to highlight is that everyone in the world is consequential. And so it's the juxtaposition of leader of with consequential that matters. There's no, we don't mean to imply that any life is inconsequential. They all are. And there are moments in time when the future is determined by a particular generation, that there are long periods where what plays out is actually the seeds that were sown by a particular generation of people. So a lot have said that the 20th century actually started 300 years ago, and that it was decisions taken very early that caused modernism to take the form it took. And fortunately for us, there are reasonably very thoughtful people who sowed those seeds. We're at another such point of change. We're another crucible where the generation of people who are about to take responsibility in business and outside of business will be making decisions and creating the context in which a very long future will be determined. So we're going to influence what the environment looks like we live in. We're going to influence whether future generations can have a decent living or not. We can influence how well people of quite diverse backgrounds get to work with each other and interact with each other in the future. And that business is in the middle of it. So what we mean is that it's the responsibility of a school that especially is the last degree many people will take to help prepare that generation, the very important generation, to serve the role as well as they can of creating the bed that many future generations are going to live in. So the implication for us is a couple pieces. First is you don't create a leader, right? I mean, that leaders self-choose, right? In circumstances permit them to be so. So all we can do is create the context that helps you prepare yourself. So the obligation to be a leader is yours. The obligation of the educational institution is to create the context to maximize the probability that you prepare yourself well. And the second is that it's actually a kind of 24/7 piece, right? Which is that it's in the clubs we have. It's in the degree to which students have ownership over the school in a way much more than other institutions do. It's in the way we expect you to be fantastic colleagues and create this community of learners, but naturally lead when it's your turn to do so. It's in the very hard work we have you do relative to other schools. I mean, we start earlier, and we start earlier because we actually think you need it. It's in our effort to get you to have a much richer global perspective. At the same time, we're demanding that you be as good analytically as anyone in the world can be. And so, if I were to summarize what we're trying to do as an institution, it's create the context that causes you to make the choices that allow you to develop as a leader and raise the bar around those choices.